Here's the building. Here's the tower right here.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. As yeah. Oh my God.
RIP Taylor, what's up everybody? My name is Charles Blades and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. Drew's holding back a laugh and I got the Meth Marauders with me today. That's Aaron Weeks and Drew Scheffler. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
So man broke into your home last night.
Didn't break into my home. So there was a guy, he was outside my apartment building, which is locked. So
Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. Yeah. Couldn't get into my building because you need a key to get in. So I was
Much like our logo.
Yes, you need a key for the fucking keyhole. So I was trying to get out to get the mail. There's this man standing in the door. I was like, all right, it's just a weird guy trying to talk to somebody or do something. So there was just enough room to open the door, right? I slip out and the guy gets real scared. He fucking does this thing. And I was like, all right, weird guy. And there was someone else standing off in the distance who was like my old roommate. Mm-hmm. She was outside with her dogs. I didn't realize it at the time. I thought he was talking to her, but he was in fact telling her that I was one of the men that was trying to get him. Mm-hmm. So I went to the mailbox, got my mail.
Where are you trying to get him? Just on the record.
I was in fact not trying to get him.
Okay, just making sure.
So I went to get my mail. I came back, and at that point I realized that it was my old roommate that was standing there with her dogs, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?" And she waves me over, so I walk over, and she's on the phone with the cops because he was trying to get her to go behind the apartment building, and he was like, I don't know what you're into, but I won't get in the creek. Mm-hmm. And was trying to get
So what's the problem with the creek? Is there a creek near your home?
Yeah, so there's a creek right there in the woods.
A crick, someone call it.
Yeah, he's not fond of the crick. But he was okay with going behind the buildings, and he wanted to take her over to McKinley's.
Mm-hmm. What is McKinley's?
There's this bar right across the street.
Okay.
So he wanted her to. He said, "You ain't got no husband, so come with me to McKinley's."
Does she in fact have a husband?
She has a fiance. Yeah.
Okay, so he's not wrong though. We I don't want to discredit his.
So yeah, I guess he did
his research.
He was not wholly incorrect, but. So that was the thing that happened. But at this point, by the way, he's in my building. Mm-hmm. He had made it into the building, and I still didn't understand what a problem this was.
Yeah. Because
I thought he lived there until I realized she was on the phone with the cops.
Oh, okay.
So at that point, I look up, and this dude's just banging on doors like, "Let me in! You gotta help! I'm fucking being chased!" Mm-hmm. And so I call my girlfriend.
Did you see his chasers?
I did not. They didn't exist.
No, okay. Oh, they were made up. They were fictional.
Yeah, there were no chasers. He said there was a group of kids our age who, again, he told my roommate I was one of them, that were chasing him with a pipe. So anyway, he's trying to get into apartments. Everybody's ignoring him. My apartment was unlocked because I had just walked outside to get the mail.
Okay.
So I called my girlfriend, and literally at that very same moment, he opened my apartment door.
Invited her to McKinley, said, "You ain't got no husband."
Yeah. He started screaming.
She's like, "But you want to get down to the creek." And he's like, "Oh, I'm out of here."
Yeah, she was into the creek, but Kayla was not.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, he's like, "You could fucking handcuff me, dude. I need help. You gotta let me in. I need some water." But she, of course,
And she got him a water.
Yeah, she got him a water. No, a good, friendly, good Samaritan, slammed the door in his face and locked it.
As one does. Threw a high C at him and said, "This is all I got left."
Sorry, no water.
But shortly after that, the cops arrived and they arrested him. Woo! They took him outside. The guy was like, "Yeah, we found a needle that had some stuff in it, probably." Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's.
This is like a sewing needle, that you used to knit.
Yeah, they found black market sewing kit.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You don't want to get those off the street because a lot of Midwestern towns have been ravished by knitting, by different kind of seamstresses around the area, and you want to get. You want to get the stitchers, as I like to call them, off the streets. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good night. Drew, did you have an eventful night last night?
Yeah.
All right, good. We got a good show for you this week. We're going to be talking about all kinds of fun stuff. We got Battlefront news, microtransactions coming back. We're talking about some E3 stuff. But first, have you ever heard of this little site called Twitch.tv? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. It's a streaming site. A lot of people use it to stream video games. Are you familiar with these?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So The video game streamer Ninja, he plays this game called Fortnite. It's pretty popular right now. Me and you have talked about it a lot. Aaron ditched us. Who fucking cares? I could destroy you in Fortnite. Wouldn't even be fair. I would just build on top of you. I think honestly I could trap Aaron and then put a trap down.
Let me put it this way.
Trap me with a trap.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
I've had to go to the chiropractor with all this Fortnite.
Speaking of chiropractors,
My back hurts. Doug
you ever heard of a humdinger? A ring-a-dinger?
What?
There's a chiropractic maneuver
A humdinger.
called a humdinger.
That sounds like a blowjob.
Isn't that where you look around the butthole?
Yeah, I think a humdinger is a sexual act.
It's just it's called something fucking dinger. It's called like he says at one point he's like I think I dinged you twice or something like that. But they sit you in a chair with your legs up in the air like so.
Again, you're describing a sex act.
Just wait.
That's what I say during sex.
I'm fucking.
Put me in the chair.
You can't trust the chiropractors, dude. But they put you in a chair to put your
Did
legs
you
up.
do that motion again?
Like this, you know?
Yeah.
And then like you've got these fucking bars that like lock your legs in position.
I've
This
been
is
there
some
before.
BDSM stuff.
Yeah.
Wait!
It gets better.
Your back is completely straight. Your legs are locked in for the rimming. And then he like puts, he wraps a towel around your neck. Literally fucking wraps a towel
Oh, it's
around
like
your
an
neck.
autoerotic asphyxiation.
And then grabs both sides of the towel and he's like, you ready? And then he just yanks your fucking body with like all of the strength in his body. And you see these people, like their spine just go, and they're like,
Does it feel good?
they just,
And then they come 5 times and it's over.
It's tantric.
and he did it. I watched the video where he was doing it. He did it to one person, and they were like, and like just looked like he fucking punched him in the stomach. Then he does it again, and he's like, "I'm dingered you twice."
Why are you watching this?
Someone at my work showed it to
I
me.
watched
dude.
the porn where a girl gets punched in the stomach once. It was very awkward.
Yeah.
Punched in the stomach.
Yeah. So Fortnite
So
Ninja
weird.
was streaming on there, and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna set out to break the all-time concurrence record." As you know, Dr. Disrespect and this other guy whose name I'm not really too sure of plays League of Legends. I'm not really too sure.
Whoa.
They had a little break, then they came back, and that was the previous record. Was around 300,000.
Mhm.
So Ninja wanted to top that. He said, "Who can I play with? Can I play with Myth? Can I play with Shroud? Who's really gonna get it for me?" And he said, "You know who I'm gonna get at? I'm gonna get at Aubrey Drake Graham. Yes, that's right, Drizzy Drake himself, Drizzy Drake Rogers. Thank me later. If you're reading this, it's too late. God's plan. Other Drake title. Take care. What views from the 6? He jumped in. He jumped in there. He was like, hey, Ninja, I've been seeing you on Instagram. We're gonna play up some stuff." And he's like, all right. And they, I think crushed is the right word to say it. The concurrent streaming records.
Literally doubled it.
600,000 people at one point tuned in after Drake tweeted about it. They went on. Travis Scott, Rodeo, Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight of fame, joined in. He was doing shit. He had a very good thing when she killed someone with a shotgun, told him to suck his dick.
Then he
Did the money dance.
Yeah.
Very funny. We had Juju Smith-Schuster, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was pretty funny. He was actually
got any Band-Aids?
There's a really funny moment where Travis Scott is like needs healing, and he's like, "You got any Band-Aids?" And Ninja just cracks. Like, he's like, "Band-Aids?"
Yeah,
It's pretty fun. But yeah, they destroyed the Twitch concurrent record. What do you guys make of this? What do you make of this, Drew?
Well, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I think it's cool. It's good for like gaming. You know, I think that, well, like specifically for Ninja, he got how many more Twitch Prime subs?
Oh, that's the other thing.
Like,
He made minimum like $50,000 off Twitch Prime.
I thought it was like 250 grand.
He made. No,
No, he said minimum. We can go above it.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could. I mean, but I meant,
So
like,
really?
I think he got like 10,000 subs off it.
Yeah, but like
With a sub, if you don't know, is like you pay $5 to sub.
Right, and streamers get half of that, but he's like
Yeah. But he's like, he probably gets more.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of that is like through Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And there's like some like gifts where like at one point he mentions like, "Hey, if you guys want to, you can sub to me on Amazon Prime."
and then it's like,
And like literally the chat goes from like people be like, "Oh, Drake's so cool, God's plan, diplomatic immunity, what are you gonna do a song with Meek?" To just
Subs.
literally all subs. It's like
Yeah.
it's insane if you want to look up some of the gifts of that. And
I don't know. I think it's cool because I think with someone as big as Drake doing it,
mhm.
he brought a lot of people that might not be into watching other people play video games, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, etc. You know, brought them to that. Brought them to the game. I would be surprised if Epic doesn't see maybe an increase in player downloads, and players.
Epic's actually hosting like a celebrity like esports.
Yeah, they're having it's like 50 pros versus 50 celebs.
50v50, baby.
That terrible mode that they got rid of.
20v20v20.
Drew, or Aaron, how do you feel about this?
I think it's awesome. Good for him. He's doing a lot better. Obviously, like he's got a lot more subs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might see some drop off after a while, just because like.
You don't retain everybody.
It was like a kind of hype moment, but like, it's cool to see people getting more in Fortnite. Good for Epic. Excited to see what comes next for Fortnite or for Epic even.
Yeah.
It's really cool for the Twitch community too, like Drew was saying. Anybody that is into streaming, I think this is a good thing. It brings it, like Drew was saying, more to the mainstream. Maybe we'll see more people watching streams, getting involved with streams.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
Also, you pointed out that like Ninja, just a Twitch streamer, internet famous, if you will, playing with Drake and acting completely normal.
Oh yeah, I watched I would say the majority of the stream because it was this weird. What I follow on Twitter is games stuff, music, mainly hip hop stuff, and politics stuff. And literally 2/3 of my Twitter blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
On what was it, Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, what was Sunday? Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. That's the other thing. This happened on a Wednesday night.
1 a.m.
If it was and the funniest thing I saw in my tweet, they did it at 1 a.m. at 5 a.m. Epic was gonna
run the update,
do their update and take the servers offline.
Yeah.
And people were like, if they keep going, Epic's gotta cancel that, right? They can't just not have this happen. But yeah, he was acting like a lot of Twitch streamers. And I kind of felt like this way about Ninja for a while, seeing his clips on Instagram where he gets really hype and kind of annoying. But he I've watched some more stuff. He's not that bad. On the whole, and he was acting like a completely normal dude while fucking talking to Drake and Travis Scott and Juju Smith-Schuster, and it was really fucking. I'd be like,
wasn't there a part of the stream where he introduced or had Drake say hi to his wife or something?
Yeah, and she freaked out. Yeah, it was pretty funny. That's really cute. And he so far he's been completely wholesome. He's it seems like a nice
thanked
dude.
everybody.
Yeah, he was very, very sweet.
I saw a funny picture. It was said the caption was Travis Scott playing Fortnite last night, and it was a picture of a baby in a dresser drawer with the bottle.
Oh yeah, with the bottle.
And he's playing.
Travis Scott. I don't know if you know Aaron. He's Kylie Jenner's baby daddy. Yeah. And he also he's a hip hop artist too.
I knew that as well.
Birds in the Trap.
Yeah, Sing McKnight.
But
yeah, that's that. I thought that was a really cool moment for Twitch. Really cool moment for gaming generally.
Yeah.
They were the top 4 trending things on Twitter. Where all these people, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, why do I have to be at work right now?
And the memes that have come from it are insane. Like a big part of Fortnite, if you don't know, is building, obviously. And Ninja, one of the reasons why he's the best in the game is he's just incredible at fucking building. Mm-hmm. And so Drake would he hands out the materials to Ninja, and people no, not the hotline. People were saying that he was it was Drake handing out supplies, he was handing out money in the God's Playing video, which is funny. And just a bunch of other. There's a lot of good memes came from the Travis Scott, where he's holding the mic stand. There's a gold rocket launcher. That's really good. So many good memes. I was very excited about this. I thought this was a very cool movie.
It legitimately got me into his streams just because he's so fucking good.
Yeah, he's also a lot of the Dr. Disrespect is good, but he's not the best PUBG player.
The shit this guy does just nonchalant.
It's
incredible.
Insane.
Especially those the fucking things that knock people back. What are those called? The
implosion grenades.
Those are nuts.
Yeah, and it's crazy how he makes people that you're watching somebody and you're like, how can somebody be this bad? It must be their first time playing.
Yeah.
And it's it clearly isn't. He just makes people look that bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. That brings us over to the next story, which is about Nintendo, who are doing a Nintendo Indie Switch showcase at GDC this March. They're giving independent developers some time to shine next week with I guess it's this week, with a new showcase of indie games or Nindies coming to Nintendo Switch. Live video presentation will take place tomorrow, March 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So we've got some hints at some stuff that might be there. But what do you guys think? What are you expecting out of this? I'll start with you, Aaron.
Me and Drew were actually just talking about this a minute ago. I was hoping for it'd be cool to see Hotline Miami. I played it on PC, but I would like to play it again. And I actually never played Hotline Miami 2. So if they both came, I mean, I've heard that Hotline Miami 2 is not as good as the first one,
It's
but
not.
But
yeah.
I would
It's
still
not
like to
bad.
play
No,
it,
it's not like it's not a bad game. It just has problems with like spacing.
And I think that's a good game for Switch.
Yeah. I think
Most, like indie
I
titles.
played both of those on Vita, which RIP. Like was
they're great for my Vita today.
was you could move the screen with like the touch stuff.
That's pretty
To
cool.
look around the map.
Yeah, and that's like how I would assume it would work on Switch too.
I would like to see. Sorry.
No, you good, go ahead.
And this might already be a thing. I don't know. I
I'll
would
let
like to
you
see
know.
Supergiant games come to Switch.
Ooh, like Pyre and
Bastion, Transistor.
Bastion, I could and Transistor's on mobile, right?
It's on mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can definitely put that on Switch then.
yeah. You can probably play Bastion too. To be
You, honestly, you can probably.
or
put Pyre on there.
I meant Pyre.
You can put all three of them
Yeah,
on there.
Pyre's not that crazy. Pyre's a really good game if you ever played that.
I haven't, and I 100% would if it came to the Switch.
Yeah,
I would,
you
and Supergiant's like my favorite indie developer, so I would love to see.
I don't think you'll like Pyre as much as Transistor, to be totally honest. I mean,
I doubt I'll like it as much as Transistor, but I know I'm gonna like it.
I think it was real good. But yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. What about you, Drew?
Well, it's not just like we were talking Hotline Miami, but like outside of that, Devolver Digital puts out so many games that their library is pretty big, and a lot of them are only on PC. So it'd be kind of nice to see a couple of those come to Switch, to where they're like on Switch for however long, and then they come to PS4, Xbox, whatever. I think there's one coming out. I think they're working on it. I think it's called Minute, where you get like a minute to progress the story of like this RPG.
Okay.
And then it restarts, and then you keep the progress that you made, and then you keep going for every minute. But other than that, I'd just like to see more like exclusives be announced. I mean, like they announced the first was, I don't know if it was an indie showcase or like a Switch showcase. They announced Runner 3, which is just now has a release date for this year.
Yeah.
And
yeah, this article says some notable Switch indie games that have already been announced but don't have release dates are Kentucky Route Zero, Runner 3, and Wargroove.
I forgot about Wargroove. Yeah.
I forgot about Kentucky Route Zero.
Kentucky Route Zero looks really cool.
Yeah.
All three of those are like notable, exclusive
like,
games for the Switch, and like I would just like to see more. I was thinking, well, like if it's an indies, maybe we'll get the chance to see Hollow Knight.
Yeah, Hollow Knight would be
Yeah,
the
that's a
biggest
good
one.
one.
I know David
I was about to say shouts to David because
would love to see that, but like I think Hollow Knight. Actually, you know what? Oh no, I don't have all my phones. I was gonna call.
You want to call David?
Let's
in?
call David.
All right.
Let's telephone David Morgan.
He'll answer you before he answers
Yeah,
me.
he's not gonna answer Drew. He doesn't like Drew.
Wild claims.
We're gonna call David Morgan and get his thoughts on if Hollow Knight's gonna be in this Nintendo Switch showcase. I thought some other cool ones would be what is that? You just
This is Prevalent.
That's not gonna focus. What is it?
My mom bought this for my son.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
That is pretty fire. Alright, let's see if David Morgan answers. Great hair.
What are they doing? Well, that's for
Hello?
Hey, David Morgan. This is Charles Waves with Current Gaming. You're on the Current Gaming podcast. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
We're talking about some nindies that might come up in this showcase that's coming out tomorrow, and when this fucking podcast goes up Monday.
Tomorrow.
The consensus here is that we think Hollow Knight's gonna be there. What do you make of that?
I think that's a safe bet. That doesn't have a release date yet, does it?
No, it doesn't have a release date, and we know it's coming to Switch at some point. But I bet we get a release date of sometime in the near future. What do you think of that?
I believe that. I also think that we will see, and this is kind of a weird... I'm just going to throw this out in case it's true. I think Dead Cells will be there.
Ooh, Dead Cells, another good show.
That's all I have for new showings. But yeah, Hollow Knight for sure will be in there.
All right, good. That's what we wanted to hear. Thank you, David Morgan, for being on the Current Gaming podcast. We'll see you sometime in the future.
All right, out. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, I think Hollow Knight's the big one. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I bet wouldn't be too surprised if we see Florence or one of these kind of mobile games that are taking off. Monument Valley, I think, would be cool on there.
Well, they just put a normal lost phone on there, which was previously just what?
Mobile only, yeah.
Mobile only game, so.
Yeah, Monument Valley would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Fez.
I mean, Fez is fine. Like,
wait,
honestly,
is
never
Fez
played it.
already on there?
It could
Might be. I don't.
Cosmic
think so.
Star Heroine would be another good
It's a
one.
real shit eShop system. You can't really search things very well.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we're thinking about the Nintendo stuff this week. outside of that, Microsoft put out a big announcement this week that they're going to be doing E3. That's not the big announcement. The big announcement
Microsoft's going to be E3
is that they
year.
bought up the is it called the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles to show off a bunch of games. So they're not actually going to be at E3 Prime this year. And I kind of just wanted to get your guys' take on like what that means for E3.
So they're going to be separate.
Yeah, they're going to be
just like
Bethesda
EA
does. Yeah,
I was about to say,
I think
like
Bethesda does too. I think they
Bethesda's
have
like
like an airplane hangar.
Yeah,
or something.
Bethesda's like the day before E3 weekend. They do theirs. So Microsoft's just going to be during E3 weekend or like separate.
Well, it's going to be their time is Saturday or Sunday at noon. What is it? Blah blah blah. They don't say what the time.
Well, Sunday.
June 10th at 1 or 4 Eastern time. I think that's later than it normally is. But anyway, they're doing it outside of the normal E3, and I just kind of wanted to get you guys. Is this like E3 not falling apart, but like being no, you don't think so?
Maybe. I think it might be these big companies like Sony and Microsoft leaning more towards like Nintendo Direct style presentations. Like maybe this is Microsoft's first step towards doing that sort of thing, like having their own standalone conferences.
You can control your message more.
Right. Which would be cool to see, especially with Sony, just because like obviously that I'm more invested in Sony's shit than Microsoft. But I think that's fine. E3, I don't know how that would affect E3 itself. Probably not well if these major like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, if their presence kind of shrank from E3 itself. But I also think it would be cool to see more direct controlled messages.
Even
people.
Direct control messages are good, just more frequent. I would say, like they don't have to be like because I feel like the way E3 it's kind of drew. I'm gonna take you on a ride here. You ever heard of tantric sex? It's when you build it's when you have sex for many hours and you build a load in your balls. And see that's what these companies are doing with E3 for I think have been doing for a while. Is they're pulling their whole load and they're just releasing it all in June.
And why is that a thing? Like it feels like tradition for tradition's sake.
Yeah, but Nintendo has shown, if you give us like a steady drip feed over 2 months, like some of them might be misses, some of them might be like super duper hits, but like
if you give us a steady drip feed, then we'll bitch about every single one because it's never good enough.
That's very true, but even though
I didn't bitch about the last one.
The directs, the first one, sure. I mean, actually, both of them, they're both port heavy, but
the Switch is.
I don't see that as a complaint for the Switch, dude. The Switch is like the port machine.
Yeah. For now,
that's another argument.
But for now, and I think the ports will be over after this year. Stop.
I want to play with it.
There's another one behind you.
Talk.
Shit, my bad. I was making
Don't
sure.
Look at him when you talk, dude.
I was making sure you found it. No, I just, I think that Microsoft. Well, one, if it goes well, they could, yeah, well, they could stay this way in the the years to come. But like, I think that Microsoft has a lot of ground to gain, and not just in this console generation, but in consoles in general going forward. So like, of the things they announced last year at E3. One of them has come out, right? Maybe two. Sea of Thieves is about to come out, but we're almost back into E3 again. Like, Crackdown got pushed back, and that has to be there. Like, they need to bring more Microsoft exclusives, but like, if they actually have enough up their sleeve that they can do a whole fucking conference like that size.
Like, I would say the biggest announcement, because we knew about Sea of Thieves and Crackdown and all that before last year, was that PUBG had signed exclusively with Microsoft. And not that game's doing bad at all. It's just like Fortnite kind of has stolen the PUBG thunder a little bit. So
yeah.
That even the thing we praised them as being oh my god, this is a crazy move, has lost a little bit of its luster in the past.
It's like they just can't seem to win.
Yeah. So
hopefully,
I wish them the best.
Yeah. I mean, just make sure all your games make it PC.
Yeah. We agree though that the direct style
Yeah, I like that way better.
Yeah,
I like that. Every 3 months, give me a 30-minute video, and
that'd be way better than. I don't. Yeah, it becomes. I don't know, because you get so excited, and that there's too much hype almost around the E3 stuff to where it's if you get disappointed,
it's a way more painful letdown.
If you get disappointed by a direct, it's all right, well, there's gonna be another one in 3 months. If you get disappointed by an E3 conference, we don't have another one of these for a year. Yeah, and PlayStation has PSX, but it's not really the same, and
right. And at this point, especially with what Nintendo shows us with directs, it's why the fuck do we need E3 at all?
Yeah. Plus, and with the way they're doing it now, we just had a direct last week. This week we're getting an indie showcase, another
Yeah.
30-minute video probably, or 20, whatever. But like, I mean, just keeping the content flowing.
And like Sony, I think Sony has like, I don't know, Sony over the past few weeks has been just announcing games dates like randomly in blog posts and stuff like that. Like God of War got like a month ago. It's like, all right, God of War's coming out in April, and then like 2 weeks after that, it's like Detroit's coming out in May. And it's just like why wouldn't you save those things for E3? I don't you know what I'm saying? Like
Speaking of God of War, dude, I legitimately like the God of War PS4.
all right, we can talk about this. I was talking about this with Caleb. That fucking thing looks atrocious.
I love it, dude. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, it's not. It's awesome compared to the other ones that have come out.
you got to compare to what's been out.
All right, that's
To be
not,
fair though, I would like to have. I could have that on my shelf and be totally happy with it.
It looks.
I think it looks cool.
It looks like somebody's like bad tattoos that they got when they were like 18.
That's
Referencing
The controller looks cool. I'll give you that.
See, it's just silver, like with God of War.
But
like,
you buy fucking the Spider-Man controller when it's just the Spider-Man outfit over a controller?
I think as far as those
Spider-Man
gaudy,
controller?
ridiculous designs go, it's the best one that we've seen on one of those so far.
I don't disagree with that, but like the competition is not that steep.
That's also true, but I like it. I would be okay with having that.
Yeah. I also don't like special editions that much anyway. I like the
I don't
matte-
either. That's what I'm saying. As far as the special editions go, like I like this one.
Okay. That brings us to the quick hit segment of the show where we just run through quick news. This is the biggest quick hit I think we've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
I don't know, not
I mean,
really.
we've had some big quick hits before.
Geralt of Rivia is coming to Soul Calibur 6, and actually he's on the cover.
He is on the cover.
Which is
That's the smart for
one way to sell Soul Calibur.
one way to sell Soul Calibur 6. What do you guys make of this? Do you guys care about Soul Calibur at all?
I do more now than I did before.
Yeah, just
Because he looks awesome. His combat shit looks cool.
Yeah, he does. He
Yeah,
has 2 swords and stuff.
Yeah.
Then he
And
uses
the signs.
Ignis, fire. Well, the last special characters to be in it were Yoda and Darth Vader, exclusive to 360 and PS3. I mean, it's cool. This is the only game outside of Witcher he's ever been featured in, right? So
I would assume, yes.
I think that was the
How
thing.
do you think that author of the Witcher series feels about him just being in random other games and him getting no money off it? It's pretty funny.
Well,
He fucked that up real
fuck
big
him.
time. This next story, sticking with CD Projekt Red, their next game, Cyberpunk 2077, maybe cross-gen with PS5 and the next Xbox. This story comes from comicbook.com, which has like some like credible leaks and stuff like that at times. What do you think this is something that we could see when? All right, so I thought this might be open up to a broader topic. Is like when are we getting PS4 or PS5 and Xbox or whatever?
What year did the PS3 launch again?
2013, November 2013. Drew and any thoughts?
2013. Wait, PS4 launched 2013?
PS4 launched 2013.
You
Yes.
had PS3, didn't you?
Did I say PS3?
You did.
Oh,
I meant
PS3. I think it launched 2006.
Okay, we answered the right question, but,
But
yeah, I said
well,
the wrong
still
thing, yeah.
2006 to 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say like what is that 2022 or something? Like the next 5 to 6 years?
2022? Is that what you're saying is PS5?
Yeah, within the next like 5 to 6 years.
2020. We'll get it.
Yeah, I think
we'll get a
2020
20.
is
We'll
much,
get a PS5
much,
in 2020.
much more likely.
An Xbox 2X or something.
Yeah, whatever they call it. They fucked up their naming shit. Real
The size of shirt I used to
bad.
wear.
It's so bad.
Wait,
yeah.
you think in the next 2 years? Do you think?
Yeah, I think in 2020 we'll get the announcement.
Wouldn't
for
be
PS5.
surprised if it got announced next year.
And then
Jesus
scrapped
Christ,
in
I don't.
2020.
Yeah, and it comes out. in
Which
2020.
is like kind of shitty though, because like that's a pretty short console generation.
I think it is short. It's like I don't know if it's short. It's short when you consider the fact that in the middle there was a PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
Like that you were like you didn't have to buy it, but like you know what I'm saying. Like
Well, I think it's shitty when you look at that and then you look at besides like the Wii U to the Switch or whatever.
Mhm.
Like you look at Nintendo and they can last like 10 fucking years.
I guess when did the GameCube come out? 2000 to like 2005.
Well, it came out in 2005, the Wii.
Yeah. 2006 maybe. I think GameCube came out in 2000. But there was definitely N64 games in 1999. It doesn't matter. But I don't know. I don't think it's like that crazy. And
I
like,
don't think it is either. But
And like I wouldn't be like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see why, especially with the whole like ending the generations or whatever like talk that there was. It just seems weird that this would then end up being one of the shortest console generations.
I don't think it's one of the short. I feel like it's normal.
the Wii U's the shortest.
I feel like the Wii U's.
That'd be like a 5-year cycle.
I don't think that's that. This is like a 7-year cycle if you think 2013 to 2020.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think that's that. Like, I think the odd one is the Xbox 360 generation, where that lasted for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it just
The Xbox doesn't have a choice but to make a new console.
Yeah, Xbox
like, actually a new console.
I get if they're smart, they will announce something first before they gotta.
Well, they had an opportunity with Scorpio, and they just said it's a pretty strong Xbox One.
Xbox One X, not moving the needle for me.
No.
But oh well. This next story here is about Tomb Raider, not the movie. Shadow of the Tomb Raider will be out this fall, and there's a trailer if you want to check it out. But they, Square Enix announced that the new Tomb Raider game will be out September something. Where's the fucking date? September 14th. It's being developed by their in-house.
Crystal Dynamics?
No, it's not being developed by Crystal Dynamics. Who's developing?
Eidos Interactive.
No, blah blah blah.
The Hitman team.
Yeah, Eidos Montreal is developing it. They were behind Thief and the 2 Deus Ex games that came out recently. And Crystal Dynamics is working on the Marvel tie-in with the
That's
Switch.
fantastic. I'm so glad that we left a good series in the hands of people that can't make games.
I don't know. Deus Ex got good reviews. It did.
I played it. I didn't like it.
I liked the first Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. But then Thief's terrible.
Yeah, Thief's terrible.
I like the teaser trailer though. Looks like we're going
Teaser
to.
trailer good. I was like being devil's advocate. I do agree that like I'm a little nervous that this game isn't gonna. What I like so much. You guys haven't played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I don't think, but is like the first Tomb Raider is a cut copy like Uncharted game, which of course was a cut copy of like old Tomb Raider games. So kind of. Yeah, it was.
I mean, kind of. It was like a new take on that.
All right, but like the new Tomb Raider game's a new
The
take.
new
on
Tomb
that.
Raider is more of a cut and copy of Uncharted than Uncharted is of the old Tomb Raider.
I guess in some
Does
ways.
Nathan Drake have cone boobies? No.
Cone boobies.
End of story.
Well, I mean, like Tomb Raider has like a weapon leveling system and stuff like that.
Anyways, what were you saying?
But like, all right. Anyway, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, for what people would consider the first reboot Tomb Raider game to be a copy of Uncharted, took it leaps and bounds differently. Like there's like whole environments that are very open world and like not like open world in the sense that there's like a whole continent to explore, but there's like very big pockets and areas that you can go on like different paths and like try out different stuff on. That's like that all really like differentiated, I think, for a lot from the Uncharted series. And I'm worried that with a new developer behind the games, it won't have the same kind of like leap forward that that they had with.
You're afraid
with the Rise.
it'll stay stagnant.
It'll just stay
like
kind of
Rise?
stagnant. Oh yeah, it'll be a solid game, but it won't be
Right.
anything like as good as Rise was.
Okay.
That's my worry for it.
I like the teaser trailer looked good. It the location looks cool.
Lara.
It looks like exploring Mayan temples.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And whatever that guy was with the gun and the chain mask face.
Yeah, he looked handsome.
He looked pretty cool.
He was the meth bandit
There-
that was outside Aaron's house the other night.
There's potential. It's worrying with like their.
I don't want to seem too up in arms or anything, but like I do. It's about like
Makes you
'cause-
uneasy.
yeah, these studios are just so like I don't know. I hate the way games are marketed in the sense that like Rare is making Sea of Thieves, but like a company named Rare that has like the same company name as like a team that made some shit back in the day is making Sea of Thieves. It's not really the same people or anything like that.
Yeah.
And like all this is like, oh, there's this franchise that like made 2 awesome games. We're just switching everybody that worked on it into a different game. I don't know. It just like
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
But also notable on that release was that it's not going to be Xbox One time exclusive.
No, it is not. Yeah, Switch would have been dumb because
I
that
think
was
they learned
very
their
dumb.
lesson.
They fucked that up big time last time. Yeah. Even Xbox like learned that. Like Xbox why they spent a bunch of money to do that.
Like, why
for no
make
fucking
it
reason.
didn't
Yeah.
sell?
It was so dumb. Yeah, no one was buying an Xbox to play Rise. Like,
No.
like it's
They're
a
like,
good
"I'll just
game.
wait."
But like, I'll just wait. This next story here is about EA and Star Wars Battlefront 2. Apparently, they're bringing microtransactions back into the game. Electronic Arts announced today a revamped progression system of Star Wars Battlefront 2 that pledges to be far more linear and fair following the heated controversy from last November when the game first launched. Originally, EA allowed players to purchase randomized loot boxes to unlock new heroes, characters like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Players soon discovered, even prior to the game's launch, thanks to early access programs, that it would take dozens of hours to unlock the most popular characters in the series without having to pay real money for loot boxes. EA backtracked this almost immediately, and it's blah blah blah. We all know what happened. We're talking about loot boxes for, I kid you not, 10 straight episodes.
Yeah.
So today they announced their plans to bring back microtransactions on March 21st, but they will only allow players to pay real money for cosmetic items, and change the appearance of in-game items and characters. So basically, loot boxes are out of here now. If you like a skin, or if you want like a Luke Skywalker playable character, that then is something you just buy. How do we feel about that, Drew?
So there's just the skins and everything? Just
No,
like
it's characters too.
characters too?
But you can select the ones that you want.
Yes.
As long as it's
Still
all
shitty.
cosmetics and you can...
It's not all cosmetic.
It's
Alright,
characters, like actual gameplay. So like you can play as Luke only if you buy him. That's fucked up.
Like,
You
you can buy
can
them.
unlock him.
You can unlock them, yeah.
It takes
Nope.
a non-godly amount of time.
Nope. Nope.
It's still dumb.
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than it was, but it's still not good.
No, it's not good at all.
Anything
I don't
that you
even
can
know-
buy
I-
that affects the game, it's like the gameplay, not okay.
I don't even know if it's better than before. It's like you should have just left it the way that it was when you were working on it.
Yeah, it's
You already fucked everybody that bought
you
it.
fucked this game up, and it's not gonna be forgotten. I don't think when Battlefield 5 comes out.
Well, the saddest part, I think,
Battlefield
is
5
Jesus Christ.
V2-1.
Right, yo, well,
that...
that
Didn't it still sell
Battlefield.
really well, though?
It sold okay. Like, it didn't sell gangbusters. We didn't.
Not as
EA
not
wasn't
as-
coming out with a press release. This is the highest selling Battlefront of all time.
Yeah.
Well, no, but wasn't it like top of like not top, but like in the NPD like top 10 for?
Yeah, but like it's a Star Wars game. It's supposed to do that.
I mean,
like,
I guess.
like a Star Wars game, a bad Star Wars game could sell better than the best Uncharted game. I feel like
Yeah.
just
In
because of the
the
name.
long run, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Or not Uncharted's a bad example because that's like platform exclusive, but even like the middle, like not middle tier, but you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah,
You guys sell better than all Star Trek games.
yeah, probably. Star Trek, what's that, Bridge Crew or whatever?
Yeah.
This next story here is about Call of Duty. Apparently we're getting a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster. An Amazon listing for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster has appeared with a release date of April 30th. As spotted by IGN Italy, listings for both Xbox One and PC versions of the game have been added to Amazon Italy with prices of $25 with prices of $25. All these listings are a placeholder in case the game is actually announced. The listed date would indicate that an unusually small amount of time between announcement and release. For comparison, the original Modern Warfare saw a 6-month gap between being officially revealed and released. So do we think we're getting this Modern Warfare 2 remastered, or what do we think about this?
I sure hope so, and I sure hope it's on April 30th. 14 days after my birthday. I know what I'm asking for my birthday now. Mom, if you're listening, I want Modern Warfare 2 remastered. No speaking of Russian! But that actually brings me to the point
That
that
was
I
the
want
first one, wasn't it? What was the
Modern Warfare?
Yeah,
No.
Was the no Russian.
No, it was Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2 where you kill all the civilians. We
Yeah.
talked about this earlier. Because
Yeah,
I think it's
you
interesting that if this is true, you're doing it literally right after... Not that it mattered, and we
Fuck
talked
Donald
about
Trump.
it. Funk
Funk Donald Trump.
Funk Donald Trump. But I'm just saying, it's interesting that they would be announced, and right after they just had that big meeting, or I say big, it was whatever, meeting, and like in that clip that Donald Trump had, it was
The no Russia thing.
the no Russia thing, which is funny.
Think back even further. We go back to All Gillied Up.
Oh boy, all gillied up. Remember that time we just with Captain Price, he just Ferris wheel at the end.
I don't know if you were here for this thing, Aaron. There was a funny thing where Drew had a very impassioned speech about the mission All Gillied Up from Call of Duty Modern
But
Warfare
I was cutting out.
4, but his voice just kept cutting out, and it was just heartbreaking.
And they thought I said it was going to get a 94. I was just telling them the original Metacritic score for Modern Warfare.
But do you care about Modern Warfare 2? I know you played this one, right, Aaron? This was the last one I
I
really
played
got into.
Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, I don't know that I would rush out to buy it to play it again, but I would like if one of you guys bought it, I would play it.
Yeah, this seems like if it's coming to the PS
Black
Plus in like
Friday.
a year.
Black Friday, maybe. I feel like I could pay.
Like
Yeah,
if I could have it for
$30.
free and play it, 100% would.
Alright, that's fair.
I played World War II. Call of Duty.
You did.
Well,
Tell me
what?
about that.
You know, I sold you my Xbox. You saw the message I received from that asshole.
And the only message Drew has on his Xbox is just some guy like fucking
He's
calling
like-
him a fucking loser. For
He's
Call of
like,
Duty.
"Why'd you take my package, you noob?" And I was like, This is why I don't play Call of Duty. right here. So I would never go back to multiplayer or anything. I don't care enough about the story. Like, I've already experienced it.
I think what blows me away is that people still throw around noob.
Well, that's those Call of Duty fucks for you. Okay. So,
Okay.
Like that. What are you watching? Some anime porno titties over there.
I'm bringing this up, man.
Anime porno titties.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but yeah, Modern Warfare 2 remastered. It's fine. It's whatever. So it'll be on the MPD for like a month or two, and then we'll all not give a shit anymore.
Yeah, we'll care about. What's the next one? It has a name, doesn't it? Black Ops 4. That's right. This next story here is about hit JRPG Omega Labyrinth Z. It's an anime game that is making news because it was banned in the UK.
We were talking about this beforehand. You said Japan.
No, I said it's banned in the UK.
Back me up.
It's from
You
Japan.
said Japan.
All right, well, I'm sorry, I misspoke. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of the game for you guys. This is the trailer.
The link down below.
Link, no, not putting that in the description. This is the trailer for this game. I think it looks interesting.
What the fuck? All right, we're already done.
In which, so
We've
if you,
seen enough.
What we're seeing is a girl in a very modest.
Are you kidding me?
school outfit, and then her
Bosom.
It's a real tragedy that Cheyenne's not on this episode.
Pop out. My favorite part. Look at this is the logo for the game. Is
What
that
the fuck? They're not even trying to be subtle.
Hold on a second. What's this? What systems is this coming?
PS4 and Xbox One,
Not in the UK, it's not.
but not in the UK. Yes, actually, it might just be PS4.
I think it'd be a good fit on the Switch.
I think a good fit. We're
With
port banging
touch.
for Labyrinth Z with the touch. So yeah, the game has also been refused a rating in Australia and Germany.
that could run on the Switch. Looking at that screenshot.
No, it definitely could. I'm not
Bring
denying
this to the
that.
Switch.
The booby physics would be out of control.
You already got one person buying it.
On Nintendo's infrastructure.
shit, we got Galgun 2 coming out in a couple.
Is that coming to the Switch? It's not coming to the Switch, is it?
Coming to Switch.
Jesus
$60.
Have you seen this game Galgun 2, Aaron?
I have not.
It's when you shoot girls with your love gun to get them all hot and bothered. It's called Galgun.
AKA your penis.
It is very much what you do. But I
What
wonder
world we live in, dude?
Don't worry, dude. We'll get to it.
how do you guys feel about this being banned?
Whatever. Well, what's the reason for the ban?
Because of it.
Because the titties.
It says their
It
official
says
statement that it would likely
sexualization of
cause
children.
harm because it sexualizes children and is aimed at people that are younger than mature.
I didn't.
Let
Okay,
me
if it's
say
like
this.
sexualizing children, then sure, it should be banned. Like that's
But,
not okay.
Let me say this. Pedophiles are people too.
I think it's strange that they can just like say, nope, this isn't a thing that can come into our country. Like
Nah.
we're banning an entire like this game just outright. It's not
I mean,
allowed.
A bunch of countries do it all the time though. Like Fallout
Yeah.
3 is banned in India because you can kill cows. You know?
I don't know. That's your Brahmin.
No, that's true.
Oh no, I'm saying I
speak
don't
the truth.
know. I'm not saying you're
speak the
lying. I'm
truth.
just I was trying to segue to my joke when they're called Brahmin.
They are Brahmin, but you know what I'm saying,
Australia changed a bunch of stuff in the South Park Stick of Truth.
but- yeah.
When you're
Like you can't go inside that guy's asshole.
Yeah, you can't go inside that guy's asshole and you can't watch your parents fuck.
I do that already.
It's just
I
a
made
question
game
of
for
like
that.
the level of censorship allowed.
Yeah,
Different.
but I don't know. So how do you? So you're okay with it, or you're not okay with it? I'm sorry, you were like mixed.
This is a weird example to have the censorship argument because if they're sexualizing children, I think it's hard to defend
Why? It's art.
not banning this game. I mean, is it though?
It's art.
Is it
and-
art?
But then we
Who
go back.
are you to determine art?
You're right.
Who are you-
who
who are-
am I?
who-
Like,
who
I'm
are
not
you-
the arbiter
who-
of what's art
who
and
are
what's
you?
not, but it's
Are-
fucking
the arbiter.
titties popping in anime, dude. Is that art?
Titties popping in anime.
Titties
There's got
bopping and the
Banksy
good
over
boys
here,
never
man.
stopping over here.
No, I think that they can do whatever they want. And obviously, they will. You
I
know,
just think
they-
this is a good conversation to have, but I don't know that this is the game you want as your flagship for fucking.
I think it's the perfect game.
Yeah, I think because it's so sexualized that
It's just
it
for
brings that up.
if your stance is that censorship is not okay, that you should have just free form art, whatever you want. This is a hard one to defend, I think.
It's just boobs, dude. They're not even. God didn't make boobs for fucking men's dicks.
You're right, I'm fine
God
with-
made boobs for babies'
To feed
mouth.
the children. Aaron.
You're right. Who am I, dude?
You ever suckled a tit?
Exactly.
That's what I thought. You're a grown man. They're for babies. They're not for
Anyway,
sex.
but you think child porn is what we should draw the line?
Yeah, probably.
I disagree. I think
Pedophiles
child
are
porn.
people too.
No, don't agree with that. I really do. I do think
I think it's time for me to go.
art is should be protected, and like I understand the argument that Jesus Christ, we get fucking black curtain, you're making it seem like even weirder.
Goodbye.
I think I don't know. Like I have a problem with governments coming in and like telling. I mean, I don't live in the UK, so like I don't really like understand like their politics as much.
You're saying child porn shouldn't be regulated.
I didn't say it shouldn't be. Also, number one, this isn't child porn. It's like not literally children being fucked.
Well,
By
I
people.
understand that, but I don't know. I just.
But see, I bet you that they let fucking Splatoon 2 go.
Maybe.
And I know I made the jokes last week, but like obviously
It's not as graphic and grotesque as that, but it is like they
Did
are
you see those girls'
sexualizing.
hips?
They're sexualizing.
Wait, you're saying Splatoon 2 is more graphic?
I said
No.
it's not as.
But
Okay.
but it is sexualizing children,
Yeah,
right? So
in a far less creepy way. But
I mean, not disagreeing with you, but like still.
again, and that's kind of why I was saying this game is like a weird flagship for this argument because it's like it's towing a line that's like hard to defend in my opinion. Like I don't know how else to word that.
Like I don't.
is it showing the bush?
What the fuck?
No, it's not. Boobs are fine.
I don't know. Like I don't think this game will be good. Is not what I'm saying at all.
I'll let you know.
I don't. when the Switch port comes in the Newbie Showcase tomorrow.
First.
But I don't like. I don't know. I think there's a discussion to be had in that like banning art limits not only creativity but like it.
You're right, and that's kind of where I started. But like, again, like sexual.
You gotta take. You have to. I think I wholeheartedly believe. I don't believe in the fucking bullshit. Fucking like if you take this to the other like fucking like the what do they call it? The marketplace of ideas bullshit where it's like, oh, all thoughts should be everywhere and we should all just have a conversation about shit. It's like, no, shut this shit down if you're gonna be fucking racist and stuff like that. Like I don't like have to have you at my college and stuff like that, which is not where I'm taking this at all. But like I think if you it becomes a point where if this is not cool and you like this is like then like all right, is Catherine cool? Or is like
Where do we draw the line?
yeah, and like
Well, and we take it further than just what is the word? Regulating like what can be shown as far as bodies go. I mean, fucking Fallout 3, you can nuke a whole town and kill everybody. You got the no Russian thing, but like where people bitched about that wasn't taken out.
yeah.
And that's a lot. That to me, like, if they claim sexualizing children, that's one thing. But like being able to just straight up like nuke a town, being able to straight up murder, innocent people in an airport. Like, if you're so worried about this, and you want to ban boobs from being in a video game, like.
I mean, again, I don't think it's as much about the boobs as like the.
It's sexualization.
Yeah.
Right, but like.
Because there are plenty of games that have just overt tits everywhere, and it's like not a problem.
I think if it's not like actively hurting him, that's why child porn is not okay. I don't like it's gross to think about, but like if there's a discussion to be had at the Supreme Court level that like can like digital child porn, is that okay?
No.
Like I don't know, like isn't it?
When you say digital, you mean like
If I
CGI,
have it saved on my
like
computer.
Yeah.
no,
No.
I mean
this is a
it's a dangerous topic. Like
I mean, no, I'm fine discussing it and having.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
I don't
Jesus
like the fun
Christ.
kids.
I don't either.
What's the no? Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I do know. It should be.
Yeah.
It should be okay because like I hate slippery slopes, but yeah, I don't know.
Just gotta
Censorship.
Sean White that
You
shit.
just gotta nope, not Sean White. No, he's
it's Mountain Dew, baby.
He's Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, baby.
That's our last quick hit before Aaron. I need a theme song. The Fortnite news update. Bang. All right, cool. Fortnite
What a
update.
theme song.
3.3 adds supply drops and llamas.
Supply llamas.
Sick, dude.
Supply remote explosives and supply llamas.
Where's
Supply
my riding
drops?
llama?
Llamas.
Llamas.
That's
That's
on
the new vehicle.
That's the vehicles. Everybody's been clamoring for them.
You can just. Where's our hoverboards, Epic?
Where's my
They
hover
also
llama?
added a bunch of St. Patrick's Day skins and a dance, a little jig, a little Irish jig for you. And they're adding a blitz mode
The devil went down.
a blitz mode that increases the drop rate of rare weapons and also like quickly circles. thing. What are you doing?
I was trying.
He said the devil went down to Georgia.
I tried to do an Irish jig song, and I did the devil went down to Georgia. And then I was like, oh, it's the devil went down to Georgia. Aaron tried to do one, and he's like, that's the South Park theme song.
We're out of control.
You guys know what Irish music sounds like?
He literally did that, and then I was like, bing, ding, ding, ding. Oh, wait, that's South Park.
I'm trying to think of a Dropkick Murphys song.
Ship it up to
Ship
Boston.
it up to Boston! So yeah, the Fortnite new stuff coming out. We're having fun. We're going to be streaming it more. So check out that.
That's what you say.
That brings up what?
We don't need to Sonic
Oh, I forgot
and
that.
Luigi's cock.
Oh, we're talking about sexualizing things. Sonic has these weird two new characters out. One looks like fucking.
Just like mutant version.
One looks like Knuckles, like fucking. One looks like prepubescent Knuckles, and the other
One looks like that.
And the other one, if you don't know, he's
There's
pointing.
Sprite on that.
He's pointing. Oh my God, there is.
Yeah.
He's pointing to Sigaro's.
I
wearing
this
their album cover.
Alien fetus.
And then also, what's the other character's name? He looks like Shadow.
Like Ray and something.
And he looks like Shadow and Sonic mixed together, and it's fucking disgusting. He has this gross pot belly. But the more pressing matter is Luigi's got a 4-inch soft cock.
No. There's more to say about Sonic.
The look on your face after you said that.
He does.
Real quick, Sonic. Tease Sonic Racing, which people have been
Don't
waiting.
tease Luigi. He's got a fucking monster down there. You know what I'm saying?
Tease Sonic Racing, which people have been asking for, and then also, which I had talked to you about this, and I thought it was kind of stupid, is that they're now bringing out this is kind of like a complete edition with those 2 extra characters, which look stupid. Look like some, 3-year-old made it in Sonic Forces. It's now getting a physical edition.
Sonic Forces have a character creator?
Yeah, it did. It was terrible.
Heartbreaking.
But you get a physical copy that has like a reversible cover, all this stuff. But like, it's $30 or $40. But when the game came out, people paid $65, $70 or whatever for a digital code and like some kind of like turntable looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. If I was someone that bought that, I would be pissed that they did this now.
So they go fucking over their fans even more.
Well, I mean, Sonic Mania is a good game though. So like,
Sonic Forces, man.
Sonic Forces.
Also, all right, the bigger news story. Luigi's cock. All right, so Kotaku did an in-depth research study. They used the average size of a tennis racket, which is about what's so funny? 2 feet long.
The fact that we're talking about Luigi's cock.
And they compared the average size of a tennis racket to the bulge Luigi has in his pants, and he's packing.
He's packing, dude.
Honestly, I don't think.
Like you feel bad about yourself if you walked up next to you.
What's it called? A eunuch?
Mm-hmm.
They got no dick.
They got no balls, I thought.
What's the no penis having ones?
Ken dolls.
Ken dolls. So I honestly think
ones.
that Luigi's just the Ken doll, and that's just like his.
I don't know. I mean, I think he's sporting a softie that's gonna grow to 8.
So he's more of a shower than a grower.
I mean,
So
he's showing
both.
it. He's showing it, man. And he's gonna grow,
He's
man.
showing it and growing it.
He ain't playing fucking around.
So
dude.
you see, it's as long as the handle of the tennis racket, but when he's
I'll
engorged,
tell you about Luigi's handle.
when he's engorged, he's the entire racket.
Mm-hmm. When he gets in there with Daisy, he's not playing around. He's swiping right on all the tenders in the mushroom.
Where do we
kingdom.
think Luigi ranks against the other Mario brothers, including
The biggest.
Mario?
Waluigi,
The biggest.
Mario?
Okay, well, all right. So I'm gonna have to say Wario has
Bottom.
Wario's
bottom.
got like a.
He's got the
nasty
chode.
Yeah.
Wario's got the chode. Mario's got the. I'm average.
Mario uncircumcised.
Also.
Waluigi has like a crooked dick.
Waluigi, he's skinny, but he can't hit.
He's like,
Yeah, Waluigi definitely he's got the crook in his dick. So
Nicest legs though.
Waluigi, nice legs, crooked dick.
That'll
That'll be on his tombstone.
That's the name of this episode. Nice legs, crooked cock.
That's what they've always said about him. Interesting.
So what?
Interesting article though to write about was the using math and comparing racket size to dick size, and then eventually we figured out that Bowser's only 3 feet tall.
Also, these poor gentlemen, like fucking Luigi has a horse cock, and then everyone else has some terrible.
They call him Kickstand Luigi. It's got the third leg, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, we're talking about
They're not dick related. Dudes.
next thing on the podcast is when we talk about a story of the week from our good friend Nathan Grayson over at Kotaku. He put out a story. It's called 9 Games to Never Uninstall, in which he lists some games that he always has on his system that he can't never go without. Those include The Witcher 3, Undertale, Pyre, Star Wars TIE Fighter, Deus Ex, Persona 3, Spec Ops: The Line. Some cool games in there, some interesting games. I want to know, what are games that you guys will always have with you? Always. Doesn't have to be installed, doesn't have to be in this modern digital era, dude. We can go back in fucking days, man. Take us back, Marty, you know what I'm saying? Take us back, Marty.
Guys, get this shirt. What?
I was thinking of Back to the Future reference. What the fuck?
Which is what this is based on. You're not smart enough for that.
Jesus Christ.
It's unused too low. I'm crying.
What are some games you never want to uninstall here?
So I'm gonna go more like games I always go back to, just because I have a PS4 with a tiny hard drive and I always have to uninstall everything. So Inquisition.
Luigi don't got a tiny hard drive.
No, he sure doesn't. Inquisition is one that I went back to
Dragon Age.
countless times. Yeah, I platinumed it and still kept playing it. And I still get the urge to play it occasionally, but I can't because I uninstalled it. Ironically enough.
It doesn't mean you can't play it. You just gotta reinstall it.
Yeah, so I gotta make room.
That's a big one, though.
But the Mass Effect trilogy, one that I went back to countless times.
Wait for that remastered.
Diablo 3 unintentionally, sort of, because like I'm one trophy away from the platinum.
Yeah.
And it's like the most annoying trophy in the game, which is complete 500 bounties.
Yeah, David did it. Why can't you?
He sure did. Shouts to them, dude. But like I'll do.
You want to
like,
get him on the phone again? You want to call him back and ask him how he did?
Sure, if you guys want.
No,
But I did.
Call him back. How did you do
I'll
that?
literally get on and do like 2 bounties and be like, "Wow, I hate this," and then stop playing.
So bad about
So it's
bounty.
one that I can't uninstall. Transistor, I still like. It's one that I like to go back to
You knocking around that beach ball every now and then?
once in a while. Yeah,
Why
I
don't you
like
platinum that?
Because that's a hard platinum.
No, it's an easy one. I used to trophy hunt.
Alright, well, Drew's being a trophy cunt. Some games, I still have The Witcher 3 installed on my PS4. That is one
I still have that installed as well.
that, like, and I'm probably not going to go back to it, but I just, like, know when it's
That's
there.
one that you want to go back to, but it's such a
Yeah,
commitment.
it's such a
Yeah.
commitment, but yeah, exactly what you said. And, like, you get in there and it's, like, 30 fucking question marks all throughout the
Yeah.
fucking...
Yeah, every time you
Motherfucker.
guys talk about it, because I've still never played the Witcher. Like, I've played it, but I've never
You
beat it.
didn't get too deep into it.
Every time you guys talk about it, you're like, oh, great game, but what a trek. And I'm like,
genuine, like it's in my probably top 5.
Yeah, it's very good. It's I never really got into Skyrim, and it's like what I imagine other people feel like when they talk about Skyrim. For me,
I don't know. I feel like even people that love Skyrim wouldn't argue that Skyrim is better than The Witcher.
Another one I would say is Rocket League. I know Drew probably had that one on there. We haven't played it as much now because of Fortnite, but Rocket League.
Fortnite?
I mean, Fortnite. Yeah,
We
see.
never uninstall Fortnite.
Hopefully, but Rocket League is like just one of those games where like I don't know. It's like when we play nowadays when we take a few weeks off and play, we're real rusty. But like it's still like I don't know. It's
That's
so much
still
fun. And you got so much history with that game and stuff like that. And then another one I would say, well, 2 of them. One of them is a mobile game. The other one I play on mobile, but it's not a mobile game necessarily. Is Peggle Blast is always like fucking
Peggle's
fun.
good.
I didn't see that coming, dude. That's a good one.
And
BDZ.
and Downwell
Really?
is very like addicting. I've never even beat the game. Like
I haven't either.
there's 5 levels. I've made it to the 3rd one a few times.
Enter the Gungeon is probably my like download.
Yeah.
I still play that occasionally.
That one's another one where I never want to give up, but I like that's what I like come back to every now and then. What about you, Drew? Oh,
What?
Super Hexagon.
Oh, WoW. I should have mentioned WoW because I've been playing that for like 12 years.
Super Hexagon's another one I really love. Pop that on every now and then. Drew, what do you got?
I'm gonna go a little bit further than just PlayStation, because like Rocket League and all that's fine, whatever. Yoshi's Island, something that like I've
Huge
played
game.
and beat so many times, but I'll always go back and play it. Borderlands 2, it's already back on this PC.
We played the shit out
We
of
did play the shit out of Borderlands 2. We're gonna play the shit out
So
of
you got your
Borderlands
save in
3.
there?
I still have mine.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
probably in the cloud or something.
Yeah, but
That's
that
actually
and
a
then
good one.
Binding of Isaac,
Binding of Isaac, yeah, that's a good one.
just
I'm
because
sure
there's
David would
so
say
much shit in that
that. Mm-hmm.
that like you're not really gonna get everything done. anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
Another one I would say is Mario 3. I still have the like Mario Brothers cart that like for Game Boy Advance.
Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Can't uninstall that because there's no such thing.
Ocarina of Time, dude.
Ocarina
well, I
of
mean, I have that
Time.
on 3DS now, but like I still
Majora's
play it.
Mask.
Those are they're
Pokemon
games.
Snap.
Even if you're never gonna play them, like in the near future, it's nice to have them. It's like it's very much a digital like hoarders kind of mentality that you have with it.
Yeah.
And that is it for news and stuff from this current week. So we're gonna talk about, or from last week. We're gonna talk about some games that are coming out this week. Drew, this is your segment where you like to talk about stuff.
What the fuck?
That's just what I was doing earlier. Oh, I thought you were typing on here.
I was not.
All right, so we got unlike last week where we didn't really have. I mean, I said it was kind of a big week. We had Kirby, we have Burnout, but what I think is a bigger week is we are getting Sea of Thieves finally. Sea of Thieves will be out on March 20th, PC and Xbox One. Keep an eye out for potential streams. Right?
Right?
Yeah. Potential streams. Randomly, Assassin's Creed Rogue is being remastered. But I guess then that's the one that was on when it came out. It was like last gen only, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I guess that's that's a thing.
It's very much a spiritual successor to Black Flag, where there's like ship combat and stuff.
But it's in Antarctica. It looks like a frozen tundra.
I don't think it's in Antarctica.
It was a joke.
Okay.
Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
I know you really like that game, Drew.
Talk about scantily clad women. All right. Talk about the Pirate's Curse, if you know what I'm saying.
No, what is the Pirate's Curse? Shiver me timbers.
You ever seen a woman turn into a monkey?
No, I haven't. That's the Pirate's Curse.
It's more than that.
Have you ever
we
seen
turn
a
into.
humdinger,
We turn. You've seen that? That was good. Ni no Kuni 2, which, if you're not getting it,
Delete your Twitter.
delete your Twitter. Delete your Facebook. Delete your parents off Facebook. No, Ni no Kuni 2 is
Your
like
parents got Facebook. Post some news to your Facebook. Let your parents see your nudes.
post a picture of your arm like this, and then tell them it's a vagina. No, Ni no Kuni 2. That's like the biggest game this month for me.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna get it, right?
Yep.
Or
100%.
you're gonna get it. Aaron, you should get it and play it if you got the time.
If you're looking for the JRPG fix to hold you over.
Yeah,
after
a lot of
Persona.
people are saying this could be the Persona 5 of this year.
A lot of people, including me.
I think that could be accurate. It's about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
As
Around the same
Persona.
time, yeah.
And then last but not least, Hot Coffee himself.
Nope, the hot coffee is a different thing with games.
Hot Coffee himself, Detective Pikachu.
Hot coffee, a different thing.
Um,
but yeah, Detective Pikachu coming out on 3DS.
Yep. And
So I'd say a big week.
these games, all these games are a lot better than like the two notable ones from last week.
Yeah.
But, Ni no Kuni is huge for me. I would probably play that for quite a while.
I never got around to playing the first one, so if it's like
What else?
If it's like,
a Persona situation where it
I think it is. Like, it's not, like, it's the same character, but it's like 15 years after, like, the events of the
see
first
that's
one.
It's not the same.
those in my opinion are like
Isn't it?
Mm-mm.
I thought
You did not play a blonde boy in the first one.
You played a brown haired boy.
You played a brown boy.
Brown haired boy in the first one. He's talking
And
to
Oliver.
Mr. Drippy Nose.
Yeah,
His mom
Mr.
died. He
Drippy
was all
and
sad about
Oliver.
that.
But those are I feel like those are the best things to
Get to
have
ride
played the first
dragon.
one because then there's like little subtle references to the old stuff.
Yeah, but like there was subtle references in The Witcher 3.
It's easy to dismiss that when you haven't experienced it and you don't know what's going on.
Right.
But like when you're in it, like with Mass Effect or like Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect is not
that's
the
a bad
same.
example.
Yeah.
But like when you're in it and like you understand and catch those references, it like completely changes the experience in my opinion.
Perhaps.
I don't know how many references are really going to be there. The combat's completely different. The
Yeah.
characters are completely different.
I thought it was the same guy.
I think the kingdom might be the same,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think enough things have changed to where if you picked it up and played it, you would still really.
It's not
enjoy it.
as self-contained as Persona, but I think it will be able to stand on its own, kind of like The Witcher 3.
Look, Ni no Kuni 1, 80 hours, easy.
But even The Witcher 3, like that does stand on its own.
Like it's like I don't need to know who left.
That's a
it.
better
It's
example than Mass Effect, but like
not the
there's
biggest deal.
so much in that, especially connected to the second game
For what?
for Witcher.
Oh, we're talking Ni no Kuni.
I know,
Well,
but he's
yeah,
you're going. This conversation over you. You're just not even fucking paying attention to what Aaron and I are saying.
I'm just trying to convince Aaron to buy Ni no Kuni.
I want to play it. I feel like I need to play the first one.
It's
I got it. You got
no way.
PS3?
I wish they would fucking.
Dude, we busting this shit out right now.
Doing it.
There you go. Play it.
Ni no Kuni. Wrath. Stop clapping like that, please.
Scared the shit out of me.
I don't hate it. It's
Dude,
just
do
a
you
no-
remember that time that CJ lost
David.
fucking
I have it on my computer at home.
Can we watch it?
At home. I think.
No, we go.
Come over.
like he and David almost weren't friends afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. David got really upset.
You did. You got upset.
I know, but like I was mad for like a second, and I hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
He was like, "Sorry, man," and then he left.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
That brings us to the next segment of the show, which is what
Dude, stop clapping.
we are playing. What have you been playing this week, Drew?
Why is it always me?
All right, what have you been playing
I've
this
just been
week,
playing
Aaron?
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, well, that's a roguelite, right?
Yeah, and what really got me to play it, because I was supposed to play Kirby and Burnout. At least that's what I said last week. I lie a lot. I don't know. I didn't really feel like playing anything besides Fortnite when I played a couple times, and been trying to build this like indie playlist on Spotify. And David had recommended Darren Baranowski. I think that's how you say his name, because he did the original soundtrack.
Is that
for
the guy that
Super.
wrote House of Leaves?
I think it's Dave Aronofsky or something like that.
I don't know.
Different people. Anyways, I like the original Super Meat Boy soundtrack, and like this guy had done that, so I went and I listened to it. I liked quite a few songs, and then more and more I listened to it. I was like, man, I should buy it on the Switch. Buy it on the Switch. Well, and then it's $20 on the Switch, right? Remember, I own it on the PS4 already, so I start playing it there. It's hard. It's not.
Yeah, it's not
It's
easy.
not an easy game. It's like I
That's
like
the one that's the rhythm kind of.
I
thing,
like
right?
rhythm games. You know, I did like Persona Dancing All Night. You know, I've done Hatsune Miku,
Project Diva.
Project Diva F2 or whatever. You know, and like.
That's a racing game. F2.
But I like rhythm games.
Yeah.
But this is like a whole nother level. You gotta like think of like the rhythm, while thinking of combat, and like if you fuck up the rhythm, like you lose a coin multiplier or you lose a move when everything's moving on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Fire Emblem, sort of, in like the grid placement,
Yeah.
in the sense that you have to worry about like where your enemies are versus where you are, but also in time with a rhythm.
And how
So
everybody
it's
moves. It's like you got to be thinking of like 4 or 5 different things at all times, and it's.
So you have to be watching these guys, watching your rhythm, thinking about what weapons you're using, thinking about it's like. It's
And I was playing it earlier, and I was just like, pretty easy, you know, beginning level, whatever, just a couple slime guys, and all of a sudden like the screen started shaking, and this like bull just piled, like they just bulldozed through the wall, and then he killed me.
Oh, okay. You said bull, and like for some reason in my brain, I could only accept that you were saying ghoul, but just
Ghoul.
saying it wrong.
Little green little ghouls, man. Like
It's like, why did he say
ghoul?
ghoul like that? I could not comprehend that you were talking about an actual bull.
Yeah, it's like some bull.
Taurus.
But like everything's got its own little like movement and like the way that you can attack it without obviously taking damage and stuff. But like I don't know, it's difficult, but I'm gonna keep at it.
That's good to hear. Another game is difficult, but I'm gonna keep at it as Fortnite.
Are you ever gonna finish Persona?
No.
Have you played it since we talked?
I
That you
stopped
played it last.
playing it when I
What
told you
palace
guys
are you
about it. 5th.
Which
What
one's
the
that one?
fuck?
Uh-huh.
Which
Just
one's that one?
finish it.
The one after Futaba.
Yeah, so what you got? Was that one more? 2 more?
Something like that. Yeah.
I ain't talking about that. That game's fucking great.
I wish you
Futaba
would finish
sucks.
Futaba
it. Shot
does
doesn't
not
suck, but she's
She sucks.
not my favorite.
She's the newest character I've been introduced to, and she sucks.
Oh, she gets way better. It's because you haven't fucking finished the game.
She
Yeah.
sucks.
She gets so much better. You haven't even met her yet, really. Like
She sucks. She's fucking.
you
she's-
suck right now.
She's like, oh my dead mom.
Oh, my dead mom. It sounds like somebody else
said that. Oh, my
dead dog.
Okay, that's too soon, I think.
Yeah, Drew's jokes merciless about my family pet dying.
I feel bad, but at the same time, you left yourself open for that one. So
Yeah, finish Persona, dude. You're asking for it.
protect
Jesus.
yourself.
I didn't play anything but Fortnite this week. Been playing Fortnite a bunch. It's fun.
Yeah, always.
Playing not as good this week as I have been in the past few weeks. I'll be totally honest with myself. But what I did do, I actually did this like 2 weeks ago. I've forgotten to talk about it every week. Was there's a short film from the developers of Papers, Please. Have you guys ever heard of this game, Papers, Please? Yeah. It came out a few years ago. Huh?
Isn't that like the name of the city?
Yeah. Yeah. And basically, it's a game in which like there's like a civil war going on or something like that. I'm not really exactly sure. Some kind of war, some kind of conflict going on that people are trying to get in and out of like the city-state, what's basically like Eastern Europe kind of situation around like the fall of communism and stuff. It's basically the premise of the game, and you're a border patrol person, not patrol. You're a border security agent who's people hand you their papers and you determine whether or not they can go into the like friendlier city-state that like has for either jobs or like what their family situation is, and you're like basically turning people away is like not sentencing them to die, but like hurting them, like hurting their well-being.
Yeah.
And there's a really cool short film like that basically depicts like what the game is about. And it's very cool. It's all in some other language that I didn't really know what it was.
Russian.
Probably not Russian. I'm gonna guess. But it's probably like a Slavic language. But either way. It's really cool. You guys should all check it out. I'm not sure anything about it other than that it was really good. It creates tension really well. There's this one scene where this woman, her name is spelled like differently on her birth certificate as compared to like her visa.
Just to be clear, and I think you probably said this. Are you talking about the short film or the game?
The short film, but I mean this is in the game. This kind of stuff is in the game too. And then he's basically like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't pass through." And when she opens the door back to the like the old country, some shit pops off, and it's really cool. It's very good the way it's handled, and it like really brings to life the narrative they're trying to get across in the game. That was also really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Talk about WoW, Aaron.
Yeah, so I've been playing WoW, because like I can't remember what game I was playing before that. I literally am drawing a blank, but I was playing something else. Monster Hunter. Jesus Christ, I finished Monster Hunter. So I jumped back into WoW. Yeah.
Beat Kieran?
Yeah.
Beat level 75 Kieran?
No.
Watch.
Did you beat Dagobah?
I did. The Dagobah system, dude. I got my X-Wing out of the water.
Just
and
making
everything.
sure.
Did you were you able to pick up the timed exclusive snake
The
neck
Wiggle
head?
Head? No, I didn't get the Wiggle Head, but I wish I
Where
did.
was they looked funny when I was watching that little clip.
Yeah,
People
with the guys
around.
running. Just like,
Yeah. And
yeah.
they added Dante.
I saw that.
Adding Dante.
Yeah, the skins for.
That's pretty cool. If you get like, it'd be cool if you got like a two-handed.
You get ivory and stuff.
Yeah, Ebony and Ivory did.
Uh-huh. No, I was talking about you kill elephants for their ivory.
Probably. I mean, essentially,
That's a monster.
That's like what the game is about.
Yeah.
But who's the real monster there?
Who's the monster hunter? But anyway, I started playing WoW. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
Keep talking, I'm listening.
I've been getting like way back into the new expansions. Kind of is going to be coming out. I think in like September maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So and there's these things called allied races that you can only recruit once you're exalted with a certain faction. And David and I usually play alliance, so like I'm trying to get exalted with these factions so that I can recruit these allied races and play as them and just like level them up for the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
That's like pretty time consuming. There's a lot of shit you got to do to get the rep you need. But I finally got exalted with one of them, so that's cool. And I'm almost finished with the other one. And that's pretty much it. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, you know what? I think this week I played Vermintide 2 with David once.
Cool.
Were you guys gonna stream that?
They did a few times.
Yeah, before the game came out, and then we just haven't.
Yeah, since the game came out, it's kind of been there.
I've been real tired. Been sleeping a lot.
We're gonna be playing some Fortnite this week, I think.
Yeah,
We're
probably.
gonna play Fortnite.
Oh, and I played a little bit of Bayonetta on the Switch.
Oh yeah, that going well?
Yeah, I mean it's Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Bayonetta.
On the Switch.
You playing a handheld or on Pro Controller?
I try to play it handheld, but that's like a game that like for all the shit that I talk about being able to play things handheld, like I genuinely prefer to play it on the TV.
Uh-huh.
But it works well handheld. I did play it on like in handheld mode a couple times, but like I really like the soundtrack of that game, just like the general atmosphere, like and like I have pretty solid speaker, like a sound system in the apartment,
right.
so like I like to get like the full experience out of that game. So for all the shit I talked to David, especially, like he was right. Some games are better in like the full, like, you know what I'm saying, like don't lend themselves as well to the handheld experience. But I don't think that playing them in handheld necessarily detracts from it. It's just not not quite as good, I guess. Which,
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I feel like what I just said was kind of contradictory, but I don't really know how to say it in a way that makes sense.
I think I know what you mean. It's just
Yeah.
it's not for everybody in the handheld form. We got a good show this week. I think we're gonna be talking about some fun stuff next week. But
It's like you were introing the show again.
welcome to the crew.
I was like, what, was that not a good podcast? We're gonna do it again.
We're starting
Again, let's start it over. But I want to ask you guys what you plan on playing this week. Anything
Ni
new?
no
I know
Kuni 2.
Drew and I are picking up Ni no Kuni 2.
Ni no Kuni
Anything
2.
for you, Aaron? You doing more WoW stuff?
WoW and
Ni no Kuni 1.
Ni no Kuni.
If you beat that game in a week, I'll be shocked.
I won't beat it in a week, but I
No, it's like
not even
it's
close to a week. 'cause
Yeah, I was
If
gonna
you
say,
my time is severely
if you were to just grind it out, do it quick.
It's a really good
it's
podcast.
60
I'll be
hours.
honest with you.
like to stream playing it or
No, like it's a like listen to podcasts while you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but like it minimum.
That's weird for a JRPG. Usually it's like a lot of
minimum
story
60
shit.
hours.
Like no, I think Persona's a great podcast game. Like
See, I disagree.
And that's
I
probably
love
why you
to,
stopped
like-
playing it.
Wait, every time I go into a dungeon, I listen to a podcast. Like I'm not.
Nah.
There's a lot of like little quips.
But
Like
there's so much to Persona's music. Like I
Yeah,
just,
Like I'm
the
listening
soundtrack.
to the music. I'm just listening to podcasts.
I love the fucking Persona soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
fantastic.
good.
yeah.
It's fantastic. Well, this has been the Current Game Podcast. My name is Charles Lage. You find me on Twitter at Charles2. David isn't here. I looked at his name on the fucking. On
But
the
he was
screen.
here.
He was here. You
Oh,
can
yeah,
see
David
him
made an appearance.
at my guy Dave. I guess we did call him in.
David
Drew,
vindicated on the
Drew, where can people find you?
At Trophy Pops.
And Aaron.
At Aaron Weeks on Twitter.
It says on the screen if you forget. This has been the Current Game Podcast, episode 45, and peace.
Goodbye.